I woke before sunrise with the kind of excitement only a father feels on his daughter's wedding day. Every detail had been carefully planned, and one final gift remained waiting inside the house. Smiling quietly, I carried it toward the family car, where our trusted driver stood holding the trunk open. Before I could speak, something slammed against the back of my head. My knees buckled. Strong hands shoved me into the trunk. The lid crashed shut, and darkness swallowed everything. I pounded the metal until my fists burned, shouting his name, begging for an explanation that never came. The engine roared to life. As the car sped away, one question echoed louder than my desperate pounding. Who wanted a loving father to disappear before his own daughter's wedding? And why? As the darkness surrounded me, my mind escaped to brighter years. I remembered holding my daughter for the first time, promising I would always protect her, whatever life demanded. Every extra shift I accepted, every vacation I postponed, and every personal dream I quietly surrendered became another brick in the future I wanted to build for her. Watching her grow into a confident woman had always been my greatest reward. Our family driver witnessed much of that journey. He had worked beside us for years, shared meals during holidays, and earned my complete trust through quiet reliability. I never treated him as merely an employee, because respect should never depend upon someone's position. That wedding morning, I believed everything I had sacrificed was finally reaching its happiest destination. Yet while I celebrated a lifetime of love, someone else had already decided. My place in that celebration would be stolen without explanation, or mercy forever. Trapped inside that moving trunk, memories surfaced with uncomfortable clarity. Looking back, I realized the warning signs had been there long before that morning. Our driver had grown strangely distant, avoiding simple conversations, and disappearing whenever questions became inconvenient. During the wedding preparations, certain relatives exchanged uneasy glances that stopped the moment I entered the room. More than once, phone calls ended abruptly after hearing my footsteps. I convinced myself everyone was simply overwhelmed by the approaching ceremony. Even my daughter seemed distracted, forcing reassuring smiles while insisting everything was perfectly fine. I chose trust over suspicion because that is what families are supposed to do. Now every forgotten moment fit together like pieces of a picture I never wanted to see. What I believed was ordinary wedding stress became something far darker. It was, without my knowing, the quiet beginning of my greatest betrayal ever. After what felt like endless hours, a passerby heard my desperate pounding and called for help. Weak but determined, I forced myself toward the wedding venue, believing I could still walk my daughter down the aisle. The music drifting through the doors told a different story. The ceremony had already begun without me. I stopped outside, hidden from the guests, when familiar voices shattered what remained of my trust. Someone laughed that the driver had earned every dollar because keeping me away had been the easiest part of the plan. Another voice replied that everything worked exactly as intended. In that moment, I understood the driver had never acted alone. Someone inside my own family wanted my chair empty. My greatest pain was not missing the ceremony. It was realizing the deepest wounds are never caused by strangers. They're left by the hands you once trusted. Silent, I could have stormed inside and demanded answers before every guest. Instead, I walked away. Anger might have satisfied my pride, but it would never prove the truth. I chose silence because silence leaves room for facts. Over the following days, I requested security footage, preserved phone records, and spoke calmly with witnesses who had nothing to gain by lying. Financial transactions revealed payments that should never have existed. Each discovery strengthened a picture nobody expected me to uncover. Those responsible grew increasingly confident, believing my quiet acceptance meant defeat. They mistook patience for weakness and dignity for surrender. That became their greatest miscalculation. I refused to build my case upon suspicion or emotion. I wanted evidence that could withstand every denial, because truth does not need raised voices. It only needs time and unwavering resolve to prevail. Power. Several weeks later, the evidence was presented during a formal legal hearing examining fraudulent financial activity connected to the wedding arrangements. Document after document confirmed what I had quietly suspected. Bank transfers, phone records, witness testimony, and security footage established that our longtime driver had acted under direct instructions from someone within my own family. The motive was painfully simple. My absence would make it easier to influence decisions involving my assets and future authority. Every explanation they had rehearsed collapsed beneath verified facts. The room grew noticeably quieter with each piece of evidence presented. Those who once dismissed my questions no longer met my eyes. I never celebrated their humiliation because justice is not revenge. It is accountability supported by truth. In the end, I spoke very little. The evidence carried greater authority than anger ever could, and that silence changed everything for everyone involved. In the months that followed, I realized betrayal had taken my peace for a while, but it never took my character. My daughter eventually learned the complete truth and came to me with tears, asking forgiveness for believing the lies surrounding my absence. I embraced her because love heals what pride cannot. Still, I gently reminded her that forgiveness never removes accountability. Trust, once broken, must be rebuilt through consistent actions. That experience taught me a lesson I will carry forever. Respect is never demanded. It is earned. Truth may arrive slowly, often after painful waiting, but when it finally stands in the light, deception has nowhere left to hide, and dignity always finds its way home again.